Hello students, a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And today we are on the Gravitation PYQ lecture, and today we are going to get into the rest of the problems of your 2019 JEE Mains. And it's going to be very interesting. Do not forget to like and share this video. Do definitely share this video on your social media. So that definitely it's a free of cost full length initiative, and it will be also useful for 2021 aspirants. So do share it on the social media, students. And that being said, students, I'm Muralidharan Krishnan. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IIT who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams. And I have filed 25 patent applications on state-of-the-art technology in India, US and Canada. And students, if you are looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription any day. And we provide daily live interactive classes with the best educators across the nation. And in fact, we have authors of your books like DC Pandey and DC Gupta sir on our platform. And you'll be attending these classes on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards. And not only that, you'll also get access to lots of test series set by the best educators across the nation, post which you'll be also getting analysis using which you can improve upon your overall performance. So high quality paper and analysis post that, which is also a very important component of your Unacademy subscription. And the other thing that we provide, which is quite important for your JEE preparation, is your live doubt clearing session. Unacademy subscription comes with lots and lots of live doubt clearing session. In fact, every course, every your program is going to have lots of live doubt clearing session. In fact, every 4th session is going to be live doubt clearing session. Every course is well structured. You don't have to worry about the planning. We take care of the planning on our end. And not only that, students, along with that, you will also get access to quizzes and mega quizzes in each and every session. And that being said, it's unlimited access throughout the period. All you need to do is avail one subscription and you will be able to get access to as many courses as you want. And how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? Do download an Unacademy learning app from your Google Play Store or App Store, or you can do it from web-based version. And do log in. Click on the left-hand top corner extension bar, select plus, select IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And students, once you are redirected to the payment page, you will have multiple program options before you, and which is the correct program for you. So students, let's say you are a 2021 aspirant, that is, you are sure that you're not going to drop out next year, and all you're planning to prepare is for next 4 to 6 months, then you may want to go for a 6-month subscription, which is going to cost you 25,250. And let's say you are a 2022 aspirant, and then you must go for definitely a 12-month program, and the 12-month program is going to cost you, for a plus subscription, is going to cost you less than 34,650. And of course, if you are a 2023 aspirant, you may want to go for a 24-month program, because 2 years you will have a good amount of time to build your fundamentals and basics. And that is going to cost you near about 50,400 for 2 years. That is near about 25,000 for a year. And of course, students, we do have batches for 2021 aspirants, 2022 aspirants, and 2023 aspirants. Some of these batches are being conducted by vibrant educators and Bansal class educators and some of the best educated team of our Unacademy. So this way you can choose your program and course dedicatedly on your plus subscription. And we also have something beyond plus subscription known as iconic subscription. On iconic subscription, you not only get access to all the features of plus, but you'll also get access to one-on-one mentoring session with IIT and NIT educators, IIT and NIT alumni who are educators on an Unacademy subscription platform, and they will be providing you all the kind of strategy sessions, motivational sessions that you need throughout this journey. So think about it, IIT and NIT alumni who have previously gone through the journey, they know the ups and downs, and they understand the ins and outs of cracking this exam, because they have previously cracked this exam, they have gone through this journey, and they would be able to efficiently guide you with all the strategy sessions, motivational sessions, and they will be giving out those expert guidelines for your success in your exam. And of course, if you can afford it, it's going to be one of the best things for your JEE preparation. And a 6-month program is only going to cost you 34,200, and a 1-year program is going to cost you 58,500, and a 2-year program is going to cost you 90,000 for 2 years. That is like 45,000 per year. And make sure you apply Murli Live code if you don't see this pricing, because you will be able to get best discount, be it on Plus or Iconic 6 months, 12 months or 24 months, or any kind of Plus or Iconic subscription. And that being said, we have recently introduced something known as combo subscription. What do you get on combo subscription? On combo subscription, you can get your CBSE board coaching and IIT JEE coaching at an economical price at one place from the best educators across the nation. So think about it, it's going to be more economical than availing individual subscriptions, and it can go as less than 90 rupees a day for 2-year subscription, and less than 120 rupees a day for 1-year subscription. And of course, students, this is going to be one of the best things if you can, like if you're also preparing for your boards and looking for, and one of the efficient places to prepare with the best educators across the nation. And do not forget to apply. And we also have different combinations of combo subscription. We can come to that part at the end of the lecture. And make sure you apply Murli Live code even on combo subscription, because you'll be able to get discounts. Don't miss out any of these discounts. Alright students, let's get into the problem 1 of the day. And I believe this problem was given to you as last time's homework, but it's a very easy problem. It's damn easy problem, trust me. There is nothing so complicated in this. So there is an asteroid that is moving directly towards the center of the Earth, and when at a distance 10 r from the Earth's center, it has a speed 12 kilometers per hour. Neglecting the effect of Earth's atmosphere, what will be the speed when it's given to you that escape velocity from the Earth is 11.2 kilometers per second, and give your answer in the nearest integer. Okay, what is this question all about? Its question is all about, as you understood, it's about conservation of energy. So what do you have? You have some asteroid, some crazy asteroid, and that crazy asteroid is at a distance, how much? Like 10 r distance from the center of Earth. Now the thing is, this asteroid is going to come over here finally, right? And how much speed does it have? It has some a speed of 12 kilometers per hour. Okay, so of course, as you know, the speed is going to increase, and what is going to happen? It's going to reach the surface of the Earth, and it would have more speed, because this change in potential energy between this distance is going to be converted into kinetic. Of course, you know this. Okay, so basically write down the equation and get the answer. That's all you need to do. And from here, the distance, as you know, is going to be r. Don't miss it out. And of course, you are not going to neglect that, because it's 10 r distance compared, it's larger than your radius of the Earth. So let's write down the equation. We'll be writing down the equation for U initial. What do I mean by initial? Potential energy initial. Potential energy initial plus kinetic energy initial is equal to potential energy final plus that of kinetic energy final. Very easy, damn easy. And now what is potential energy initial? Don't forget the negative sign. This can be one of the mistakes, and we are almost approaching end of your PYQs. This is actually 2020, but most probably we'll be dealing with 2019 PYQs year on. Okay, so this is going to be minus, let's assume this has some, but finally this answer is not going to be dependent upon mass of this asteroid, and let's call the mass of Earth as m. Okay, and radius is going to be r as usual, and this is going to be minus gm into me divided by 10r. Okay, plus of kinetic energy. How much is kinetic energy? Half mv square. In this case, it's 12. It's really simple, damn simple, very simple. It's more simple. I mean, like the problem couldn't have been any easier. But these are the type of questions that you will also get in JEE Advanced. Okay. So U final, how much is this? Minus G M M. Actually, you could have done a thing. Change in kinetic energy is equal to change in potential energy. But be more kind of kind of more accurate in your answers, because else it will go wrong. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now actually there is a surprise in this question. What kind of surprise is that? The surprise is that the numbers are going to not exactly come out as what you are expecting. Now this surface, it has some final velocity. Okay, so we will kill that surprise, don't worry. There are some easy methods, as we do in all the time in our calculation. There are some easy methods to kill that surprises. It's not at all a big deal. Okay, now let's get into this calculation. So if we start calculating this, what would we get? Vf square by 2. Okay, if you take 2, okay, let's take the 2 later on the other side, but for now just calculate what is Vf square by 2. Okay, so now it's all about just doing that math, and we need to find out Vf square by 2. And what do we have? We have something like 12 square by 2. And the next thing you have is like minus gmm by 10 r plus gmm by r. So we can kind of take out GME. So one m got cancelled out. The small m is always cancelled out in such cases. You know that thing. So you need not worry about it. We will only be focused on just the mass of Earth. But otherwise, this is a damn simple problem. 1 by r minus, so that minus 1 by r becomes 1 by r, and you will have on the denominator 1 by 10 r. And if you calculate this, what do you get? You get 9 by 10 r. Again, there should not be an r. You can remove this. Okay, now let's take let's calculate this. This comes out to be GME 9 by 10 divided by r. And what do we have over here? 12 square by 2. So that's going to be like 144 something, but let's keep it as just 12 square by 2. Later on, let's have a look at it. So we have this so far. Okay, now let's do a thing. I'll be multiplying this with 2 everywhere. If you cancel out 2, Vf square is this. This would become 5. Cancels out and becomes okay. Now let's do a thing. Let's keep it like this way, or let's write it down. 5. Okay, now what is the next thing that we need to do? See, the next thing is very simple. You have been given this value, whatever it can be, different kind of planet as well. Okay, you need to be very sure about what you're doing in gravitation, because it's an easy topic. You don't want to miss out any part of this specific topic in your exam. So it's 11.2 kilometers per second. So now we need to actually derive, basically, if you've understood, or we need to actually substitute the value of your GME by r. Right? What is escape velocity equation? Escape velocity equation is going to be under root of 2 GME by r. Okay, now that being said, this is how much given to you as 11.2 kilometers per second. Okay, now I'm going to square on both sides and just find out the value of GME by r. That is what we can really deal with, because that is the only thing that we have. So GME by r, I think we could have kept is going to be 11.2 whole square by, okay, end of the story. Just if we substitute this value in this equation that we have just derived, I mean, like, especially in this term, you'll get the final answer. Okay, So you can work it out yourself as well, but we'll do a thing. I'll give you a shortcut on these kind of problems. This is where most of the problems would arise in your exam. Especially this was a numerical type question. If you understood, here you're supposed to fill in some number, and that means like you cannot be so worried about the calculation. If you're very worried about the calculation, like getting up to decimals, you'll be wasting time. None other than that. Okay, so this is going to be 9 by 5, right? 9 by 5. Again, you have a 2. So this is going to be 9 by 10 into 11.2 whole square. Okay. Now, approximately, how much is 11.2 whole square? We don't know. We can say something like, it's basically something like 11 square. And 11 square is 121, some 0.2, it should be less than like 144, maybe somewhere around 125 and odd. I don't know, I'm not very sure what the value is going to be. Not even that, I guess. I think it will be like 125 and odd, maybe 125 or not. Maybe we just take out 0.2 whole square. We do 11 plus 2 whole square, so that way we'll be definitely getting like 0.4 on the other. 11 into 22, it's going to be like 125 and odd. Okay, so it's basically somewhere around 125 and odd. Basically what it was, a plus b whole square, 11 plus 0.2 whole square. So what is that going to be? 11 square, 121 plus of 0.2 whole square, negligible in this case, some 0.04. And then we have like 2ab, which is like 2 into 11, 22 into 0.2. 22 into 0.2 is going to be 4.4. So anywhere you're going to get the value to be 125 point something. Okay, and how much is this? This is 0.9 times. Okay, so it's basically something like 9 divided by 10, basically 0.9. We can keep this as 0.9 times of your some 125, 126, and what do we have on the other side? 144. Hi Arch, you can take it as 121, but you won't be getting the answer correctly, because that is the way Arch it's designed. The question is given to you in that way that you won't be getting the answer, unfortunately. But yeah, you can do that if you are so concerned about it. But I think it comes out to be something like 112, right? I think it comes out to be like 112, approximately 112 something. If you calculate this 0.9 times, so 9 times it could be like 9 times 12 are what you're getting, etc. And it's basically you can keep it as 125. That's more convenient. To me 125 is more convenient, because 12.5 it's easier to think about. 12.5 9s are so 9s are is like 112.5, so it should be like 112 and 144, and then we would get it as 250. Yeah, you can definitely do that, Arch, but the thing is, it's why am I discussing this specific thing is it's like number based question. You're supposed to enter the number here, so that is where the issue arises. So if we calculate this, what do we get? We get b final to be 16, right? 256. 16 whole square is 256. That means this taken root on the other side should be 16 kilometers per. You can use a plus b all the time, right? The small number you can ignore. Yeah, this is an integer type. So the answer should have been 16. So you can use a plus b. Yeah, if it was even like some question where you have multiple answers, you can substitute it and get it. But my recommendation is you make use of a plus b whole square in such situation very quickly. Very quickly means very quickly. I know it's 121, 11 square. Again, I'll come to this point. What did we do over here? We took 11.2 whole square to be something like, see, this is an integer type, no calculator, so definitely do this. If you're not very confident that you're not getting the nearest integer, the moment you have a look at 11.2 whole square into 0.9, you're not going to get it in integer, So definitely you need to adapt some tricks like this. So it's going to be 11 plus 0.2 whole square. So it's going to be 11 square, 121 plus 2ab. 22 into 0.2, that should be like something that you're going to get it. Okay. That's going to be like 4.4. So it's going to be 125.4. In fact, this is going to be 125 point something. It's going to be little more than 16, but near about it's 16. Okay, it's not 17 because 17 is going to be 289. It's not 289. Okay. Okay, now we have this very interesting question. Okay, so what is happening in this question? So a body A of mass m is moving in a circular orbit of radius r and about a planet. Another body B of mass m by 2 collides with A with its velocity that is half of it, and half of it in which direction? The direction of the instantaneous velocity of your mass, right? That is mass that is rotating around this circular orbit. Okay, now the thing is, it's kind of a gravitational question, but to an extent it's not even a gravitational question. Okay, it's a gravitational question, little mathematical, you know. The collision is completely inelastic. So what is happening? The body are going to stick to each other. So you should forget the conservation of energy point in this particular case. It's definitely. So there is some energy loss associated with it. Okay. Now let's get into this point. How do we solve this question? In such question, you see one thing you can directly say is so see, it's b by 2 velocity having mass how much? M by 2, same direction m, and having a velocity v. So what do you think is combined velocity going to be if it's an inelastic collision? If it's an inelastic collision, still the momentum is conserved. The momentum is conserved. It's going to be, because momentum here in this case is 1/4 of that momentum of body A. It's going to be like, you know, less than what it should be for a circular orbit. Okay. So the combined mass is going to be 3m by 2. 3m by 2 should be having a velocity v. Of course, that is not going to happen anymore, because v is kind of the velocity using which it is rotating around the planet. That means it cannot continue to move in a circular orbit. Okay, if it cannot continue, if the velocity is not good enough to move in a circular orbit, of course it cannot escape the planet's gravitational field, because generally it is √2 times the circular orbit velocity. Now we do have two other options which we need to evaluate. One is starts moving in an elliptical orbit or falls down. It should be one among them. Okay. Answer is elliptical orbit. I don't know the reason why, but this is how you go about it. There's no specific reason that is given, in any of the things I have been trying to search for it, but but let's understand this question. It's a very interesting question. Okay, so you have a planet. Now it could be that so it's not a very clear question as well. Okay. So what is happening is you have a body A. One more thing we can say is, okay, this thing happened, and okay, you can also say it need not, it can fall down as well. Don't see a reason why it would not fall down, because there is no reason why it should not fall down as well. Okay. Anyway. The question, let's quickly wrap up this question, because this question does not make much sense. There is no much logic involved in this. There is no concept and all, but there is a very interesting thing that you should have noticed carefully, that it's actually moving with the speed v, and now instantaneous velocities in this direction. Specifically, we are just discussing about this point. That's all you need to understand and get the final result. Maybe if it was an exam where you had chart where it says, initially it's an elliptical orbit, then it's a circular orbit, then it's again an elliptical orbit. Using the chart, you can definitely infer what the answer should be. Okay, here we don't have a chart, hence we'll just derive the final answer, and based on which you can make your decision. So now what is happening is, there comes a body B. Okay, so this body B has mass m by 2 that of A, and velocity v by 2 in the same direction the moment it collides. Okay. Now what would happen? Initially the combined system should be translating in the tangential direction. Okay, definitely it should be translating in the tangential direction. But how far it may go, it all depends upon how much potential energy is available. I mean, how much kinetic energy is available, and that kinetic energy must be like, finally be compensating your kind of your potential energy. Else it should be either, once it reaches this path, it will either come back, or it can also if this r, it is said that it's r, radius r. Okay, I definitely wouldn't say just make an inference on based on this question. This does not make much sense. There would be many such questions. You should not be spoiling your concept just because there is a question in JEE, but it's good to discuss. When you have a chart, you can solve such questions. Okay, so you see this, it could also go like this and finally rotate something like this. We don't know why it would do that unless we do not have an experimentally defined parameter. If it is going to follow this path, it is falling down on surface of Earth, which is quite possible. Okay, you'll understand why this is quite possible, because how much velocity is required for orbiting around this planet in this radius r, it's basically v. It's independent of the mass of the body, right? So if at all your body does not have v, in this case it cannot rotate. I mean, like, it cannot revolve. Really simple. Okay, so it's minimum v for it to move in circular orbit. Okay, to move in circular orbit. So we know this condition, at least we know. Okay, to move in circular orbit at r, it's not like anywhere, circular orbit at r. Okay, I'm just indicating r. I hope this gives you kind of an understanding of the things. And now let's do what we should be doing, that is like conservation of momentum. So what do we have? mv plus of m by 2, I'm using the same color, m by 2 into v by 2, and finally both the masses combined. What kind of like collision is this? It's an inelastic collision where these masses are going to stick to one another. So combined body is the kind of final like body that is you can say that is doing this motion or whatever, like this mechanical action is happening on this combined system having this mass 3m by 2. So we can say something like this: 3m by 2 into that of v dash. End of the story. Okay, now next, so it's really that simple. What we need to do is m gets cancelled out. So what do you get? 5v by 4 is equal to 3 by 2 v dash. Okay, what do you get v dash to be? V dash is 5 by 6 of that of v. Okay, now this is what you need to understand. See this. Okay, now what did we say? Minimum of v is required for orbiting around this planet at r. Is this value greater than v or less than v? It's less than v, right? It's 5 by 6. 5 by 6 is not more than v. So of course it is no more going to revolve in that orbit. Why? The reason is it is less than. Okay, nice, you understood that point. It's of course, even if it's less than v, it's less than even the escape velocity, which should be like root 2 times that of v. Okay, those two things are understood. So only one among these two can happen, but unless you are explicitly told. So it's also possible that this body is commuting motion in an elliptical orbit, because you can think about it as that the nearest focus point, and then it is making an elliptical orbit. That is also possible, but we don't really know what is the final case all about. Okay, do little bit of potential energy analysis, but like the final answer was given to you as it's going to rotate it, revolve in an elliptical orbit. There is no definite answer for this. I don't think it's applicable unless some definite value is given. Okay, let's get into the next question. It's a very simple question. So planet A has mass m and radius r, and planet B has half the mass and half the radius of A. What do you think the answer should be? VA by VB is equal to n by 4. What should be the value of n? Can we say it's directly 4? Okay, now we can say it's 4. How do we say that? Because we are generally concerned about only the ratio of the mass of the planet and the ratio of the mass of the planet to that of radius. So okay, let's understand in this case, but it's a very simple case. So what should be the value of VA? VA is equal to under root of 2G and planet A's mass MA divided by RA. Okay. What about VB? VB, how much? Under root 2GMB by RB. Now comes the question, like given to you that B as, we can write down this, mass of B is half of that of A, and radius of B is half of that of A. Substitute the value of radius and like in terms of A, radius and mass. What are we going to get? I hope this is clear, but yeah, you get such an easy question in your exam as well, so why not? The easiest, one of the easiest questions if you are aware of the basic concept. This comes out to be how much? 2 root GMA by RA. What does this look like? This looks like VA. Answer should be VA. So VB by VA is going to be just 1, or VA by VB is going to be just okay. Anyway, we have this up. Okay. So we know this thing, and what should be then the value of NB? N should be 4. Numerical type. Simple, damn easy. Okay, let's get into the next question. So now we have a very interesting question. This is actually the Kepler's second law. If you remember Kepler's second law, you can directly mark the answer. Again, see, this is also like a nice thing about your gravitation. Once you saw that question, which was kind of a direct question, again we have a direct question. The angular momentum of the planet of mass m moving around the sun in a circular orbit is L about the sun. Then the aerial velocity is going to be how much? It should be L by 2m, right? But in this case, it's actually like, a circular orbit. So what we can do is we can do the calculation and get the answer as okay. But this is a standard thing that we get. We say that dA by dt is constant, be it circular orbit. It can also be elliptical orbit. Still Kepler law says that it's going to be L by 2m. Okay, instead of circular, if this was given to you as elliptical, you would still say it's L by 2m, because dA by dt is constant. and L is constant. L by 2m is going to come out as the final answer. Every term here given is actually constant, 4L by m, etc. etc. Okay, but just reminding of the Kepler law. So in this case, what is given to you? There is a sun. Okay. And then what do we have? We have a planet. Okay. And this planet is moving at a distance r from the center of the sun. Okay. Of course, we need to have say this is the it has some mass m. Now comes the thing. Okay. Now the first thing that is that you should be knowing is how much area it would be covering. It would be covering an area equivalent to that of pi r square in this case. Right? It's going to cover how much area? Pi r square. And in how much time? 2 pi r by v. Okay. So if it is moving with a speed v, how much time it's going to take? 2 pi r distance, right? 2 pi r distance by v. Is correct? Yes. And then what do we have? Area. Okay. Aerial velocity should be constant in this case. It's constant even in the elliptical. Do remember that. Okay. How much is that area? When with this, basically the total area. I'm just marking that in the approximate manner. How much is this area going to be? Pi r square. Okay. So finally, you'll be getting the answer in terms of a by dt in terms of something like that. So let's calculate it. What is your aerial velocity? Give aerial velocity a name like dA by dt or something like that. A by t is our aerial velocity. Okay, but the thing is, you should be knowing even for any of them things again and again, because it's a very important your law, Kepler law, right? So pi would get cancelled, r would get cancelled, aerial velocity. Okay, and finally if you start calculating what is the value of a by t, we need to calculate what is the value of a. And what is the value of a by t in this case? We have something like has to be cancelled out. We have something like vr by 2 we can carry it on the next page, but how much? vr by 2 multiply with m on the numerator and m on the denominator. What do we get? mvr by 2m. And what is mvr? L. What should be the answer? L by 2m. Right? That means aerial velocity is going to be L by, but it's always actually L by 2m in terms of elliptical orbit. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Very simple one. Again, we have a very simple question over here. The energy required to take a satellite to a height h above the Earth's surface is E1, and kinetic energy required for the satellite to be in circular orbit at height at this height is E2. And what should be the value? Very nice question actually. So if it's moving in a circular orbit, there is certain energy associated with it. Let's say I have to only make it reach up to certain height h from the surface of Earth. There is some energy that we need to give so that it reaches that height. We need to basically find out what would be the h for which this would be true. A very simple question as such. Okay. Let's understand how to do it. It's a very simple question actually. So we have two situations here. One situation where you say you have an object and this object has been made to reach certain height h. Same object of mass height h. You remember from the center it's going to be r plus h. Okay, good. We know this thing. Now let's say this body here is rotating. The two different cases are there. Don't get confused. This is case 1. Okay, there is another case, that is case 2. Okay, in this case 2, what is happening? This body is rotating. I mean, like revolving, my mistake. Okay, it's revolving around this planet. Okay. Okay, now that means what we need to do, we need to first of all understand what is this energy. This energy is very easy. Both of them are very easy, right? Really easy. Okay, so let's do a thing. Let's start with case 1. Okay, this is case 2. Two different cases. Don't get confused because I'm stating this because it's a very good habit of us to get confused. Okay, to make it reach to that height, what you need to do, you are going to basically calculate the difference in the potential energy. That is all you're going to do, right? That kinetic energy is what is that is making it happen. Finally, it has zero velocity once it reaches this place. You know, in case 1, that is when we are talking about case 1, you can assume there that this has zero velocity, and here it is moving with a constant velocity in case 2. Okay, so the difference in potential energy is going to be how much? Like final potential energy minus GME into M. ME is the mass of, you know, this Earth or whatever planet it is. Okay, it's Earth's surface. Okay, divided by R plus of H, minus of minus, so it's going to be plus GMEM divided by R. Okay, you know this thing. Okay, now what is this value? So we can take GMME by R common, and it's actually a very simple question. It's a damn simple question. So we will have R R plus H minus R divided by R plus H into R. Okay, so how much is this going to yield? This is going to yield GME into M, and on the top you will be having H divided by R into R plus of H. Now, it's an easy question. Now what we need to do, we need to calculate E2. What is E2? E2 is very simple, and before we proceed to E2, let me just quickly remind you at what distance it is like from the center of your earth, r plus of h. So case 2, this body is distance is how much at a height h, r plus of h. Now okay, body having some mass. What do we know? We know mv square by r plus of h, or small r, is equal to how much? Like your g me, okay, mass of your earth into mass of that planet or whatever is that object, divided by that satellite, actually in this case, divided by r square. This is an usual thing. What is the value of r? R value is r plus of h. Really simple story. Okay, now let's just substitute that value, and mv square is equal to gme into m divided by small r, which is nothing but r plus of h. Okay, so what do we know? We know something like energy 2 is nothing but half mv square, and this is going to be like gme into m divided by basically kinetic energy 2, right? Okay, that's all. So both should be equal. E1 is equal to E2. Just equate them. You'll get a very easy answer at the end of this. So let's do that. E1 is equal to E2. How much do you have? GME into M divided by R plus of H into R into that of H is equal to how much? You have something like GME into M divided by 2 into R plus of H. What if there is just this calculation that we need to quickly get over it? R plus of H, R plus of H, and what do we have? H is equal to R by 2. What is the value of R? 6.4 given to you, right? 6 point radius of Earth is 6.4 into 10 to the power 3. Most of you know this answer, but 6,400 kilometers divided by 2. This is going to be 3.2 into 10 to the power 3. How much? Kilometers. So what did you get? The height. Okay. Just simple. So our height should have been 3,200 kilometers, or 3.2 into 10 to the power 3. Directly on to use 3. Okay. Move on to the next question then. Okay, now this is a very interesting problem. So what happens when there is when we say that your body has some escape velocity, or your body is going to escape from the gravitational field of some planet, what do we say? We say that at that moment you should give it some kinetic energy such that it is like it adds up to your existing potential energy and makes it zero. Existing total energy and makes it zero, not existing potential energy. Existing total energy and makes it zero. Okay, now let's understand this. It's a very simple problem as such. So Okay. Now, what do we have? We have a satellite. These are taken to be like a ball. Okay, the satellite is moving in a circular orbit with a constant speed v. Okay, good. And an object. Let's do a thing. Let's draw the satellite a little bit different. Little bit, way that we want it to look like. What are we doing from satellite? What are we doing from this satellite? This is a satellite. We are ejecting an object from the satellite which is revolving with a speed v. Let's say you don't do it in this direction, but you did it in the direction it's moving. Okay. You had an object and you ejected in this direction, like this, just tangentially, the way it is moving. Okay, that is the minimum, like kind of energy that you want to give in this specific case. Okay, now how much velocity it's rotating with v? So it has a kinetic energy of v, like v of mv square by 2. Okay, this as m. So initially it has a kinetic energy, how much? Like half m v square. Okay, and at what distance it is from the center? Let's assume this to be some small r. Okay, now and what other information have we been given? Nothing else. So if it's at a distance smaller, we as well know that mv square by r is equal to gmm e. If this as me, so we can say mv square by r is equal to gm e into m divided by r square, where r would get cancelled out, and finally your kinetic energy initial, just we saw this similar case, it's going to become half mv square, like half of this. If I multiply with 1 by 2 on this side and 1 by 2 on the other side, going to be like gm e into m divided by 2. Okay, we have one information. What is the other thing that we should be knowing to solve this problem? That is your potential energy. Potential energy is very simple, and total energy is going to be like negative of kinetic energy. That is also one of the ways of understanding. Potential energy is how much? Minus gme into m by r. Okay, we have both of them. Just add it up, you'll get the total energy. If I am going to add it up, how much is my total energy? It's going to same the magnitude of kinetic energy, but like negative sign, with a negative sign. So we know if I add up both of them, I'll get the total energy, which I'm going to write it down for this object. Initially the total energy of this object is how much? Minus gme into m by 2r. So basically you will be giving a kinetic energy such that it should be, okay, we are assuming the direction of tangential, which is going to be the minimum one. You should be adding it up such that this and that match. Okay, let's do a thing. Now we will be giving an additional kinetic energy. Let's call it as delta Ke. I think there was a very similar question in 2020 as well. So we can say that delta Ke, that object which had some some delta K kinetic energy, and it already has some total energy, should become what? 0. should become how much? 0. So that means what should be your kinetic energy be? Kinetic energy, delta kinetic energy, not kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy should be negative of the total energy, which is going to be how much? Minus of minus GME, saying that this as some this E divided by 2R. Is correct. Okay, this is change in kinetic energy. We have this, what we have is change in kinetic energy. What are we supposed to find out? At the time of ejection, what is the kinetic energy of the object? Not change in kinetic energy, but total kinetic energy. Total kinetic energy is going to be how much? It's called total kinetic energy as Ke total. It should be Ke initial plus that of Ke final. Okay. And if you have noticed, how much is this value? GMME by 2R. Let's go back. What is the value here? GMME by 2R. So what are you going to basically get? 2 times delta Ke or 2 times Ke. Same as kinetic energy initial, right? So 2 times K initial. Your K total at the time of that ejection. And that is going to be how much? Half mv square into 2. You know it should be mv square. Given that this is only possible if your object has been ejected in the tangential path. I believe so, yeah. Or it can be anywhere. I don't think so. Be tangential path. Okay. It may also. Okay, it's actually like, you know, this question was asked twice or once in a JEE Advanced, once in a JEE Main. So kind of an important question. I think in 2020, I don't know, I don't remember 2020, but I think JEE Advanced there was. It's good thing. Let's take up this rest of the questions in the upcoming session. Until then, stay tuned, and we'll discuss all of it in the next upcoming session. Only one question is there, we'll discuss it. And 2019, there are a few more questions, so we'll be discussing it tomorrow. So don't worry about it. And that being said, this Friday from 10 AM to 1 PM, we'll be having current and electricity, not part 2. Actually, it's going to be part 4. So don't miss it out on Friday. A very important topic. You typically get 3 questions just from current and electricity, and it's going to happen on Friday from 10 AM to 1 PM on your Unacademy learning app, students. And that also being said, we have already completed on your Unacademy learning app electrical measuring instrument in one shot. Okay, why this is very important topic? This is very important topic because you typically get 1 question just from your electrical measuring instrument, whereas you get at least 3 questions from, I mean, like 3 questions from your current and electricity. And this question from your like electrical measuring instrument can be quite like easy, and you can complete all of it in just this one session that was conducted on your Unacademy learning app. It's a free of cost special class, so try and complete it. We have discussed everything around your electrical measuring instrument. This includes galvanometer, coil based problem on galvanometer, how does a galvanometer work, how do you convert galvanometer into voltmeter and ammeter, and how do you like what is the difference between ideal voltmeter and ammeter, why like potentiometer, why not voltmeter, and applications of potentiometer like measuring EMFs, measuring internal resistance, comparing EMFs, and also meter bridge, end correction meter bridge, and even least count based error analysis problem. Everything we have discussed, and it's totally worth it. It's only 4-hour session, and you will be able to score at least 1 question in your JEE Mains. Sometimes it can also be more than 1 question depending on number of the papers that are happening this year. That's a lot number of paper, so you may also expect more than 1 question. So think about it, 4 hours you can easily score 1 question. And that being said, students, if you are not yet on our Telegram channel, do get onto our Telegram channel. First of all, download Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store, and post that there is a link here, and click on that link and get onto our Telegram channel. And post that you will get access to before time updates on every class conducted by our JEE English team, be it on Unacademy Learning app or JEE English YouTube channel. And yes, students, you can also type in JEE_English to find us. And not only that, we keep you posted with the latest news and information about your exams on our Telegram channel. And that being said, if you're looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription any day. Why do we say that? Because we have the best educators across the nation with whom you can attend daily live interactive classes. And in fact, we have authors of your book like DC Pandey and DC Gupta on our platform. And you'll be attending these classes on a very interactive platform with live polls and leaderboards. That way your learning becomes super interesting. And not only that, you will also get access to lots and lots of test series set by the best educators. And post this, quality, high quality, test series papers, you'll also be getting analysis using which you can improve upon your overall performance. And of course, students, one of the most important component of your JEE preparation is also available on Unacademy subscription. You will get access to live doubt clearing sessions with these best educators. In fact, every fourth session is going to be live doubt clearing session, and you don't have to worry about the planning. We take care of the planning. Every course on Unacademy subscription is going to be well planned, well structured, and in fact, we have dedicated programs for 2021 aspirants, 2022 aspirants, 2023 aspirants. Some being conducted, like some recently started like mega batches by Vibrant Educators, Legend Batch by Bansal Class Educators for 2022 aspirants, and even for 2021 aspirants, we are launching course every week, like for your revision, for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced target. And not only that, you will also get unlimited access throughout the period on Unacademy subscription platform. So there are no batch restrictions. You can enroll to as many programs as you want, and you can attend them parallelly, and you can complete them smartly if you'd like to do that. And that being said, who should be going for what kind of program? So let's say you are a 2021 aspirant, you should be going for a 6-month program, which is only going to cost you a mere 25,000, near about 25,250. And if you're a 2022 target, you will be going for a 12-month program, which is going to cost you 34,650, less than 35,000. And if you are a 2023 aspirant, you may want to go for a 24-month program, since it's a 2-year-long journey. And students, let me tell you, it's going to cost you less than 70 rupees a day, near about 25,000 a month. So this is about a plus subscription. We have even something beyond your plus subscription, known as iconic subscription, where you not only get access to all the features of plus, but also you will get access to one-on-one mentoring session, personal coaching from IIT and NIT educators. Sorry, IIT and NIT like alumni who are educators on Unacademy subscription platform. So think about it, they have previously gone through this journey. They will be able to efficiently guide you throughout this journey. It can happen now on Unacademy subscription platform. And students, do not forget to apply Murli Live code, be it you go for iconic or plus subscription. And even coming to the iconic subscription, it's going to cost you 34,200, 58,500 for 1 year, and 90,000 for 2 years. That is going to be like 45,000 per year. So this is the pricing for 2 years. And do not forget to apply Murli Live code, be it you go for 6 months, 12 months or 24-month plus or iconic subscription, so that you get maximum discount. And not only that, do apply Murli Live code even on your combo subscription. Yes, we have recently introduced something known as combo subscription, where you can get access to your IIT JEE coaching and CBSE board coaching at an economical price at one place, and you can learn from the best educators across the nation. And we also have different combinations of this combo subscription, like iconic plus, full iconic, and plus and plus, and we also have plus and iconic. And students, the thing is, like, it starts at 3,037 per month. It can go as low as less than 90 rupees a day for 2-year subscription, and for 1-year subscription it can be as low as 120 rupees a day. And students, now you can take your JEE preparation to the next level with our personal coaching, IIT JEE workshops. With our JEE English team, we have a team of IITians and IITians and head of coaching institutes on our team. Yes, and that being said, do not forget to like and share this video. Definitely do share it on your social media channels, like Telegram channel, WhatsApp group, and Facebook groups, etc. Because definitely this is a high quality full length lecture, where some 2021 aspirant will also get access to quality lectures for the JEE preparation. And yes, do like it, do share it, do click on that subscribe button and bell notification to get timely updates. And that being said, yes, keep smiling and avoid any gossips. Work hard and smart to achieve your success. And today at 7:30 we have magnetism PYQs continued, so don't miss it out if you are a 2021 or even 2022 aspirant, because every concept is being revised in a way so that you are able to solve it, you're able to understand it. And make sure you apply Murali code even for unlocking any feature on an Unacademy subscription or learning platform, so that you get the maximum benefit. You can enroll to Unacademy Combat with Murali code and avail it for free, and you can get many more discounts on your subscription purchases. Take care, stay safe, see you in the next class.